So today I'm going to be showing you guys 5 reasons why your website isn't ranking higher on Google. Now, there's a lot of reasons as to why a website might not rank, but what I've tried to do in this video is condense down the typical questions that I actually have from business owners. So a lot of the time I'll jump on calls with business owners or with website owners, and they'll say like, hey Kaz, I've had this website for 6 months now, or I've been trying to rank this business for 12 months and I just seem to be getting stuck on page 2. And a lot of the times it comes down to these 5 issues that websites actually have. So let's actually get started. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you already have some form of a website. You might already be ranking for certain keywords, but let's just pick a random keyword to actually play around with and try and figure out as to why this website isn't ranking. So if we were to search, let's say, dentists in New York, right? I've actually used this example before, but if we actually go to, let's say, like page number 6, somebody that's just nowhere to be actually seen. An ongoing SEO joke is obviously, where's the best place to hide a dead body? And all SEOs should know that it's on page 2. So let's take a look at these guys here. What I'm trying to find is an actual dental practice in New York that's just on page 2. Let's actually search for a certain service, like for example, Invisalign in New York, right? We'll go to like page number 4. Best orthodontist for Invisalign NYC, right? So let's just pick on these guys. I don't actually know these guys at all, but we're going to be looking at this website here. So first of all, what I like to look at is this content SEO optimized content? Is it actually worthwhile Google ranking this higher, right? Now, a free way of actually doing this is actually looking at who is actually ranking positions 1, 2, and 3 and just spot checking their content. So for example, nycdentalalign.com, these guys are ranking number 1. And obviously they've got a lot of content. Now, one thing to bear in mind when I actually speak about content length isn't a ranking factor. However, when we actually do look at NLP optimizing our content and stuff, which I will show you guys how to actually do that, what you'll typically find is if you do have a longer article, you can talk about different NLPs or different subtopics within Invisalign. So very quickly, this content, it just seems like there's a lot more words on page number or position number 1 than what we actually have here. We've just got maybe 4 or 5 paragraphs. So what I would be looking at doing here is using a tool like an NLP optimization tool or an SEO content optimization tool to try and get an SEO score for this content. So I'm just going to use phrase.ai, or is it phrase.io for this. And I'm just going to copy all of this content.
Did you know that 81% of businesses are overspending when it comes to actually trying to rank their website organically in Google? That's why I've decided to create the Traffic Accelerator system. It will tell you exactly what your website is lacking. The Traffic Accelerator system will tell you exactly how many backlinks you need, what articles you're missing on your website, and also how to internally link those articles together to gain topical authority. Now, if you're struggling to rank on Google, click the link down below, get the Traffic Accelerator system for your website. It's only $195 and it will tell you exactly everything your website is lacking.
And if we just click on new document here, and if we click on SEO workflow, and it's basically going to ask us the search query, so what we want to try and rank for. So in this case, we want to rank for Invisalign New York. And if we actually go to here, Invisalign New York, and basically what this tool will do is it's going to go and actually look at positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it's going to give us a SEO score based off of how good our competitors' articles are. So basically what we're just going to do is click on start here, and it's going to go and basically do its thing. It's going to scrape Google and tell us which keywords we actually need to have on our page. So this is actually completed now, and if we just click on outline here, it can actually explore like subheadings for us, and it can also give us a optimized score if we click on the optimize section. Now, what we want to do is just copy all of this content here on this page, and just copy all of this, and then just paste that into this section here. If we just do that. Now, as you can see, it's actually given us the average score of the top 5 results, and as you can see, we are well above average. What we want to be aiming for is probably like, I would probably go for like a good number of 70 plus for this, and right now we're at 21%. Our average is 39, and as you can see here, our word count for that actual page is 474 words. Our competitors is 1,460. We've only got 4 headings, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 headings. We've got 7 links and 2 actual images. It is also recommending us that we should actually have 15 headings and also 8 links. Now, one thing you can actually start doing is, in this case, I would actually completely rewrite this article. I would probably use something like autoblogging.ai to actually get me to a respectable SEO score, and then I would actually fine tune the article over time. Like, for example, how you can get a better score is actually included some of these what I like to call as NLP keywords, or some people call them LSIs as well. These are basically just important keywords to actually include on that page. Like if we were trying to rank for Invisalign New York, we would obviously have like potentially a subheading like traditional braces versus Invisalign. This might be even like a subheading to actually include on the actual page. So if we actually just highlight this, and if we click on H2, so this might be like a H2, and as you can see, now it's actually what we've actually mentioned that keyword once, and obviously now it's yellow. So we might actually include like a little bit of content here. So if we just do, if you are looking to get traditional, if I could spell traditional braces, you might want to get Invisalign instead because it's cheaper, right? I don't know if it is, but I've just included that just so we can actually get a little bit of a higher score. So as you can see, just by including that, like those two, like that subheading and that little bit of content there, as you can see, we've went from 21% to 22%. So we just want to essentially try and up our SEO score. Now, in this case, I would completely rewrite this article. I just don't think that this article is actually going to ever rank just by having this. They've obviously got some certain keywords, like for example, cutting edge technology. They've included that. That's pretty important to have. Flexible payment options, because Invisalign, if you think of it, Invisalign is pretty expensive, so people might want to actually go for a payment plan when getting Invisalign. So now that we understand that our SEO optimized article isn't the best, we want to essentially rewrite that. I would just use autoblogging to rewrite it, and then obviously run it through Grammarly and make certain that everything's actually fact checked. We then want to take a look at our actual website and see if we have enough backlinks. Now, one way that you can obviously do that is by checking Ahrefs. So as you can see here, we've got 78 backlinks, 34 referring domains. We're ranking for 532 keywords across the board, and we're getting 700 traffic through to our website on a monthly basis. So this website is not doing terrible by any means, but obviously it could definitely be improved. Now, what I would be looking at is who's ranking number one. So nycdentalalign.com. Let's just quickly take a look and see how many backlinks those guys have. So if we actually just duplicate this tab, And if we take a look at these guys, nycdentalalign.com. So they're a little bit of a higher DR. They've got a little bit more backlinks than us. They've got 195, 101 referring domains. They're obviously ranking for more keywords, and they're getting double the amount of traffic that we are. So we're only getting 700. These guys are getting 1,400. Now, what I typically like to do is, for any website, 100 backlinks or 100 referring domains should be like the norm. So if you don't have 100 referring domains, try to look at getting some citations, try to get listed on directories, do guest posting, do niche edits. If you guys do need any help with outreach and stuff like that, by all means, you can check out Searcheroo. They do a fairly decent job. And they also do the local citations as well, just so you can actually cross that 100 backlink threshold. That's where a lot of websites should be at. I mean, it's not hard to get 100 backlinks by any means. Like if you get, let's say, 250 citations, you're already there. But even if you were to get let's say 100 citations, you can also get like a press release that can also help. You can get some niche edits, like 5 or 10 niche edits, and just to pass that power. And very quickly, you'll actually have probably closer to 400 or 500 referring domains. But in this case, this website, it's not got SEO optimized content. It also doesn't have the amount of backlinks that we actually need. We've got 34 referring domains. NYC Dental have 101, so we're actually missing about 70 backlinks. So that's another thing that you should be looking at doing. And again, a lot of the time when it's a brand new website like what we're basically looking at right now, like Central Park Orthodontics.com, they're like, even though they've been a company established for 4 or 5 years, I would deem this as more of a newer website in the online presence space because they've just not got that much online presence. So in this case, just build a lot of links to your homepage. Don't worry about building links to inner pages just yet. Try to get that 400 or 500 backlink threshold by doing the press release, by doing the citations. And then after doing that, that's when I would potentially look to tap a few links through to some inner pages. But off-page SEO, I wouldn't do any off-page SEO just yet to any inner pages. We then have silo structure. Now, silo structure can definitely be an important reason as to why your website isn't ranking. Now, if we just very quickly Google silo structure, because I feel like that's probably the easiest way to actually show you guys a well laid out silo structure. So if we just take a look at one of these images here. So if we take a look at this silo structure here, right? If you obviously every website will have a homepage, then they'll have like maybe 4 or 5 different services, and then they should have supporting articles underneath each service page. So for example, if we take a look at these guys, right? They've obviously got Invisalign as the actual service page that we're looking at right now. But then they've also got Invisalign Cost, Invisalign Teens, Invisalign Candidates. So if you've got like an overbite, an underbite, crossbite, open bite, crowded teeth, things to do before considering Invisalign, why choose Invisalign, Invisalign benefits, Invisalign process, living with Invisalign, Invisalign care and maintenance, Invisalign versus mail order braces, and Invisalign versus traditional braces, right? So they've got all of these supporting articles linking to their Invisalign service page. Now, you would want to do that for every single service that you actually provide. So for example, even if we were like a dental implant practice, we would want to have like dental implant service as the main page and then have 4 or 5 different supporting articles. Now, the next reason as to why your website isn't ranking, and this kind of follows along from the silo structure, is you might not actually have any fresh or new articles, or some people call them supporting articles, so you might be lacking topical authority. Now, Google doesn't just rank websites from a page by page level. Now, one issue that I see a lot of SEOs or a lot of website owners or business owners do is they will have one very well written SEO optimized article, and they will just solely tunnel vision on that one specific page, and that's the incorrect reason as to what you should actually be doing in that case. What I recommend is actually building out a boatload of articles that obviously make sense. Don't just spam Google. But if you think of it, right, if we take a look at any dental practice or dentists in New York, right, now these guys are actually, we'll look at 209nycdental.com, right? So if you guys do want to follow along in this, you can do. So these guys, they've got a lot of different silos. So they've got bone grafting, NYC, dental implants, NYC, full mouth reconstruction, NYC, implants and crowns and bridges, NYC, same day dental implants, NYC, cosmetic gum, porcelain crown, porcelain veneer, smile makeover, so on and so forth, right? Now, if we actually plug this website into Google, and if we actually take a look at how many pages they actually have on their website, so if we just search, so they've actually got 200 pages or blog articles live on their website. So if we actually take a look, let's say for example, if we do Invisalign, right? We keep on the actual Invisalign. So look how many Invisalign related articles that they actually have. That's all supporting articles for their Invisalign New York page. So clear correct versus Invisalign, Invisalign versus veneers, Invisalign for crowded teeth, are you ready for Invisalign, Invisalign for crossbite, Invisalign for gaps, Invisalign for underbite, Invisalign services for open bite. That's the Invisalign New York page, which obviously ranks for Invisalign New York, right? So that's the one major page that actually generates them a lot of cash and a lot of leads. That's the one page that actually generates them a lot of leads. But all of these other articles, they're known as what's called supporting articles that interlink back up to that one page. So I've said this time and time before, but a lot of websites, what they should be doing is focusing on covering a topic in its entirety. Think of questions that people might have prior to purchasing your product or your service. So, for example, I recently had my car wrapped, and one of the questions I actually had was, how do I actually wash this car wrap? So that's it. That's kind of like aftercare maintenance. And that's a question that I actually wanted to know, and that website actually did have it on their website. So think of questions that people might have from a sales point of view. One very good area to actually begin with is, if you have a dedicated sales team, ask your dedicated sales team, what questions do you guys get on a daily basis? Like, surely, like if, say, for example, if you're a solar panel company, right? A common question might be, how many solar panels do I actually need for my house? I've got a 4-bedroom house. How many solar panels do I need? And you can actually turn that question into a blog article, and you can attract more traffic through to your website. Now, in some cases, right, if, say, for example, we do an article on foods to avoid with Invisalign, is that going to generate us any more inquiries? Probably not. But this actually follows the actual top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel style articles. So I actually done a blog on this recently. If you guys do want to know a little bit more about the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel, right? So what a lot of website owners do is they'll only have bottom of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel might be like service-based pages. So for example, you might already have all of your services that you provide as a business. So for example, cosmetic gum reduction, porcelain crowns and veneers, Invisalign, etc. But what you should also do is have middle of the funnel and also top of the funnel. So in this case, we've got choosing the right stand mixer as bottom of the funnel. This is for an e-commerce store. Then you've got best cake baking tools, that's middle of the funnel. Then you've got top of the funnel, easy cake recipes for beginners. Now, top of the funnel is not going to generate you much cash, or it's not going to generate you much leads or sales. But it does help support your bottom of the funnel. And bottom of the funnel articles, they're typically going to take a little bit longer to actually rank in Google. You might need a little bit more domain authority, you might need a little bit more topical authority. But the reason why we follow this structure when it comes to our keyword research, when it comes to uploading articles, is it essentially funnels everything down to actually help and improve our harder to rank keywords. So what a lot of people they'll do is they will take a look at some keywords and they'll say, this is a keyword difficulty of 80 or a keyword difficulty of 29, let's say. A keyword difficulty of 29 and 30 and 40 and 50, they are achievable if you're doing the correct things when it comes to ranking your content. So then we have got our last reason as to why our website might not be ranking, and that is down to poor internal linking. Now, if we were to actually take a look at this website, I'm going to take a look, or I'm going to open up Screaming Frog, and basically this tool's free to use up until I think it's maybe 500 URLs, and then you might need to actually buy the paid subscription, which I believe is $200-300 for the year. But what this tool basically does is it will tell us how many pages we have live on our website, and it will also tell us how many internal links our pages actually have as well. So that's another important thing to actually factor in. So what I'm going to do is I'll pause the video for just a second. I'll let this run, and then we will take a look and see how many internal links our important pages actually have. So as you can see here, what we've done is we've ran a full audit of the actual website, and as you can see, we've got some pages that have like one internal link, we've got some pages that have 3 internal links, we've got some that have 63 internal links. Now, as a rule of thumb, what I would be looking at here is finding out which of my pages I care about. So for example, Braces, Manhattan, New York, right? This only has one internal link, and I can guarantee that we should actually have a lot more internal links going through to that page, because if we actually take a look, Braces, Manhattan, New York, as you can see, there are a lot of websites trying to actually rank for it. So our page, it's not actually doing too bad, but it's actually position number 4, right? Just by having maybe 4 or 5 more internal links, or even as a rule of thumb, because this website's a little bit bigger, it's 66 pages in total. I would probably say, as a rule of thumb for this page, we would want to have at least 10 internal links going through to such an important page. We've also got like Orthodontists Harlem, New York. That's only got 1 internal link. We've got let's see. We've got Invisalign Upper East Side, New York. That's only got 1 internal link. Metal Braces in New York. That's only got 3 internal links. That's like this. Just by having like maybe 10, 15 internal links to that page, that's going to actually improve our rankings. Metal Braces, New York. And if we take a look again, it's not ranking too bad. Like for the amount of internal links that actual page actually has, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, it's ranking position 5 for that keyword. So again, what I would be looking at doing is building, as a minimum, as a rule of thumb, 10 internal links for this specific website or for this specific page. I would also be looking at SEO optimizing this content as well, because I can guarantee it's going to be fairly poor content. Actually, it's not too bad. It's a little bit longer in content length, but again, if we do dental braces, or if we take a look at these guys, for example, these guys have just got a little bit more content than us, so it's definitely worthwhile. Actually, yeah, they've got a lot more content than us. So yeah, I would look to actually improve our content, build more internal links, build some more related blog articles, and obviously do the actual off-page SEO. Like those would be my four or five things to do on that website, because it's just lacking in every single vertical that we could actually look at. So the internal linking definitely could be improved. The topical authority of the overall website could definitely be improved. The SEO optimized content on the actual page could definitely be improved. The internal linking to each of the important pages that actually generate us the sales and the leads, that can definitely be improved. And also the link building / off-page SEO. All five things in this case needed improving. In your case, you might only need one of those things. So just bear that in mind. I would just run an audit exactly like what I've done in this video, and see why your specific page isn't ranking. And the one last piece of advice that I would give you guys is don't just focus on one page. Like if I was trying to rank metal braces in Manhattan, the last thing I would want to be doing is waking up every single morning and trying to make all the micro adjustments to this one page. Think holistically. Try to improve your entire website. Try to improve your entire domain as a whole. And then over time, in let's say 2 or 3 months' time, this page will definitely rank, especially if you're doing all things right across the board. So that's the one last piece of advice that I would actually give to you guys. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. And as always, if you guys do want a growth strategy call for your website, make certain to check the link down below, fill in the contact form, and I will be in contact. Thanks.